Good afternoon.
Yeah. So more than one answer we completed in the morning. Okay. So we'll carry on with the passages. I'll do odd numbered passages. There are not many, and also matching is also odd number. Okay, passage one, they did not give any data. It is basically like 4 questions only, nothing connected. Okay. So passage one, very first question. Sine inverse sin x, when it will be pi minus x. If you remember the formulas, we know when x is between pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. If you don't remember that, whenever this is within the principal values, that's when it will happen. So pi minus x should belong to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Closer, open, doesn't matter. Then x should belong to, when equated to minus pi by 2, it will become pi by 2, and equated to 3 pi by 2. So pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. And also, of course, sine pi minus x is same as sine. We can replace sine with sine pi minus x, and then we can cancel and write pi minus x, provided it is within the principal values. So pi minus x is, these are principal values, for x these are the corresponding values. So you want a solution for tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to cos inverse 2 minus x. This is tan inverse x. Cot inverse x, I can write pi by 2 minus tan inverse x. This is cos inverse 2 minus x. I can take, this will become 2 tan inverse x minus pi by 2 is cos inverse 2 minus x. Only RHS I want to take B, and LHS will be 2a minus pi by 2. I want to take only tan inverse x as A. Obviously, I want to apply cos on both sides. So cos 2a minus pi by 2 is equal to cos B. This is, I can reverse it. Cos A minus B, I can write B minus A also. So cos pi by 2 minus 2a is cos B. That is sin 2a is cos B. I know tan A is x. So sin 2a, I want to write formula in terms of tan. So 2 tan A by 1 plus tan square A is equal to cos B is cos B, let us write it, and now substitute it. 2x by 1 plus x square is equal to 1 minus x. Sorry, 2 minus x. I may get a cubic equation, but let us see. 2x is equal to 2 minus x plus 2x square minus x cube. Even that is cubic, still we may be able to manage. X cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. They are asking the x values. 2 minus?
Sir, 1 is a solution.
1 is a solution, sir.
Okay, 1 is satisfying this because this is 4 and this is 4. Okay, fine. Okay, by trial and error only we should do it. But if somebody wants to write, I have to just carefully adjust to write something about it. Yeah, 1 is a solution just by trial and error, you can tell. But if somebody says I want to factorize it because you already know 1 is a solution, I want to write like this: x cube minus x square plus x plus 2x minus 2 equal to 0. This one I split it like this, this one I split it like this. From this I can take x square common, I'll get x minus 1. From these two I can take minus x common, I'll get x minus 1. From these two I can take 2 common, I'll get x minus 1. If I take everywhere x minus 1 common, I'll get x square minus x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, that itself further, okay, I'll use this place itself. x minus 1 into further x equal to 1 plus 1 will satisfy it. Minus 1 will satisfy. No. Oh, these roots are thirds, huh? Complex numbers. This doesn't have any solutions, so no solutions for this. Okay, x equal to 1. For this quadratic equation, no solution. So only x equal to 1 is correct. You can directly substitute 1 also, you check it very easily. Because tan inverse 1 is pi by 4, cot inverse 1 is pi by 4, LHS is 0, RHS is cos inverse 1 is 0. Verifying from the options is very, very easy here. Okay. But if without option, they can ask how many solutions this equation has, what is the sum of those solutions and all. We cannot say one is the only solution by just by looking at the question. We have to do all this work. Okay, third and fourth, quite similar questions were done in mains material, but it's okay, still we'll do it. Okay, third question were tan inverse y minus tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse z minus tan inverse y. Because they're in AP, second term minus first term equal to third term minus second term. That is tan inverse y minus x by 1 plus xy equal to tan inverse z minus y by 1 plus zy. Y minus x by 1 plus xy is equal to z minus y by 1 plus zy. But both are same because of the xyz are in AP. Okay. So I can cancel or take common and bring it both will have same meaning. Right? So I can write better. I'll write like this. Y minus x by 1 plus xy. Even z minus y I can write y minus x because they're in AP. Now I can take common. Y minus x common. I'll get 1 by 1 plus xy minus 1 by 1 plus zy equal to 0. This itself will give x equal to y equal to z, or even this also will give the same thing for us. We'll get either y minus x equal to 0 or this equal to this 1 by 1 plus xy is equal to 1 by 1 plus zy. You can cancel 1 here. You'll get xy equal to zy. Y cannot be 0, so in the question given, so x equal to z. So whenever x, y, z are in AP, if two numbers are equal, third number equal to that. If first and third number, so either here you take, doesn't matter. Finally, you'll get x equal to y equal to z. I am not combining this and this, by the way. This or this. You take this and x, y, z in AP, then you will get x equal to y equal to z. Take this and x, y, z are in AP, also you'll get this. So you do not this and this. This separately is giving this, or this separately is giving this. Basically, whenever a set of numbers are in AP and GP simultaneously, they have to be equal. Of course, we did not get that way. Okay, I hope first two questions everybody completed. I erased them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Anybody want to give any explanation for the fourth one?
Sir, sin inverse x plus sin inverse y plus sin inverse z equal to 3 pi by 2 only when each sin inverse term is equal to pi by 2, meaning x equal to y equal to z equal to 1.
Yes, because sin inverse x maximum value is 3 pi by 2. It is less than equal to pi by 2. Sin inverse y is also less than equal to pi by 2. Sin inverse z is also less than equal to pi by 2. So together we will get sin inverse x plus sin inverse y plus sin inverse z is less than or equal to 3 pi by 2 is the actual answer. But equal to 3 pi by 2 is possible only if and only if, okay, when all are retained maximum. Otherwise, one equation, three unknowns, we cannot find the value. If other than 3 pi by 2, if they're given, let us say pi or something, sin inverse x plus sin inverse y plus sin inverse z equal to pi, you cannot say it should be pi by 3. No, there will be infinite cases. Only when the maximum is attained for a particular x, a particular y, particular z. All are equal to pi by 2, sorry. Which means x equal to y equal to z equal to 1. Now it doesn't matter whether they have x power 4 they want, y power 5 doesn't matter. Whatever question that they asked, it will become 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 1. This will become 1 and this will become 2 finally. Okay, passage 3, we derived all the formulas. Cos inverse 4x cube minus 3x has 3 formulas. It is straight away 3 cos inverse x if x belongs to 1 by 2 to 1. Actually 0 to pi will become 0 to 3 pi. So I can write here 3 cos inverse x if x belongs to 1 by 2 to 1. When you take minus of 2 off, then pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3 and pi to 3, pi to 2 pi minus 3 cos inverse x. And it is 3 cos inverse x minus 2 pi if x belongs to minus 1 to minus 1. Okay, we thoroughly derived this, all the cases. Now option 1 is related to this one. So in first question, 2 pi minus 3 cos inverse x will be a plus b cos inverse x. When you compare, a is equal to 2 pi and minus 3 is equal to b. Now they want sin inverse sin a by b. That is sin inverse sin a by b is a minus 2 pi by 3. Sin minus 120 degrees is minus root 3 by 2, which is minus pi by 3. Between 1 by 2 to 1, the formula is directly 3 cos inverse x. So in the second question of this passage, 3 cos inverse x is same as a plus b cos inverse x. And we compare a is 0 and b is 3. Now they want a plus b, which is 3 itself. Okay, fourth question is based on extreme values. Okay, passivity directly based on the formula, that's it, and compare with the standard formula there. Matching first one A bit, anybody want to give an idea?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, sin inverse x maximum value is 5 by 2, no, sir. And sin
Yes.
inverse x 5 by 2.
Yes.
Sin inverse x whole square plus sin inverse y whole square equals 5 square by 2. Only then sin inverse x equals to sin inverse y equals to 5 by 2.
Yes. All these questions are same hint you should get, that whenever you have one equation but more than one unknown, maybe 2 unknowns or 3 unknowns, it is possible to find uniquely only when it is attaining either maximum or minimum. So here you have to write very clearly, not just guessing that both are 1 or something. They have to be 1 only. Sin inverse x whole square is less than or equal to pi by 2 whole square. That is the maximum value. Sin inverse y whole square is also less than or equal to pi by 2 whole square. So when you add them, sin inverse x whole square plus sin inverse y whole square is less than or equal to pi square by 4 plus pi square by 4, which is pi square by 2, where that is the maximum value. So sin inverse x whole square plus sin inverse y whole square is equal to pi square by 2 if and only if sin inverse x whole square is equal to sin inverse y whole square is equal to pi by 2 whole square. Anybody want to tell what should be the x and y values?
1, sir.
Okay, don't only think 1.
Minus
It can
1
be even minus 1. Yeah. Sin inverse x whole square attains pi by 2 whole square when x is 1 also, minus 1 also, both. Okay. So this implies x square equal to y square equal to 1, I can say. It is not because I am putting the square here. X can be 1 or minus 1. I can also write if you want, which double implies here x equal to plus or minus 1, comma y equal to plus or minus 1. So there are 4 cases. X and y both can be 1, both can be minus 1, one is plus 1, one is minus 1. So when you're coming to x cube plus y cube now, it can be 2 when both are 1, when both are minus 1, minus 2, when one is 1, one is minus 1, it will be 0. So that A should be matched with 2, minus 2, 0, Q, S, Q or S. It is a multi-matching question. Okay, this is a good one, that somebody may notice both are 1, they may forget that both are minus 1. And one can be 1, one can be minus 1 also. It is not just 2 and minus 2, you can even take 0. Okay. So we're multi-matching, you have to be a little careful. Okay. So this is a difference where more than one answer questions and multi-matching questions in exam. Sometimes we think we've done everything right, we come out, but we don't get marks after that. That is because we might have missed some case. Okay. So more than one answer and multi-matching are sometimes difficult. Difficult in the sense that you have to carefully, patiently see all possible, even the question may not be that difficult. Sometimes people say after exam I'm getting, when I'm doing on my own, I'm getting, in the exam I'm not getting. Yeah, sometimes it might happen, but something we don't forget. At home also we don't get sometimes. Then what we'll do, we'll look at the answer. From the option we'll get an idea, then we'll complete it. So for the time being, we are satisfied that we completed, but actually we are not completed on our own in the first attempt. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when somebody asks, at home I'm able to do, after exam I'm able to do, but during exam I'm not able to do. Sometimes due to time limit, due to speed, it may happen. But sometimes we don't realize, at home also we are not getting it. First attempt we did not get, we thought answer is correct. When we looked back, answer was wrong. Then we went back, corrected our mistake, and then we got the correct answer. We'll forget that and we think that we completed on our own without any mistake. Okay, so that is one of the reasons for able to do at home but not able to do in the exam. But over a time things will improve. You don't have to feel that way. Okay, so I'm writing proper solution. I'm not simply saying x is 1, y is 1. Why it should be I'm writing. This maximum value is this maximum value is this, their sum maximum is this. For that to attain, this should attain maximum, this should attain maximum, and this will attain this for what x values? I'm writing all that clear. And it is very, very inspiring to see, even though 67 attendance is quite good in spite of the physics extra class for 1.5 hours. So I should be inspired from your sincerity and inspiration. Okay, sharp by 5 o'clock, I'll stop. So, but in between, if meeting ends, you can just rejoin with the same link. Okay, B bit. Cos inverse x whole square. The maximum value is pi. Cos inverse x is between 0 to pi, so pi square. And it attain maximum for how many x values?
Only one.
1 and minus 1.
No,
-1.
only minus 1. Because cos inverse 1 is 0. Right? So cos inverse is a decreasing function. At -1 it is pi, and at 1 it is 0. It is decreasing from pi to 0. When you square it, even though it is changing from 0 to pi square, equal to pi square is happening only at -1. Okay, that is the maximum. Cos inverse y also same thing. So cos inverse y whole square is also pi square. It cannot be minus pi whole square. Basically, cos inverse x cannot be minus pi. So when you add them, we'll get cos inverse x whole square plus cos inverse y whole square is less than or equal to pi square plus pi square, which is 2 pi square. So the maximum value is that, and cos inverse x whole square plus cos inverse y whole square equal to 2 pi square if and only if cos inverse x whole square equal to cos inverse y whole square equal to pi square. That is double implies x equal to y equal to -1 only, nothing else. Then x power 5 plus y power 5 is obviously -2. That's all. Okay, is A bit everybody clear in this? The down A bit I can erase, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, C bit, one is sin inverse x and one is cos inverse y. Okay. So sin inverse x whole square is less than or equal to pi by 2 whole square, and cos inverse y is less than or equal to pi square. And when you multiply, we'll get sin inverse x whole square into cos inverse y whole square. Is it into? Yes, yeah. Less than or equal to pi square into pi square by 4, which is pi power 4 by 4. Equal to pi power 4 possible only when both attain maximum. So sin inverse x whole square into cos inverse y whole square is equal to pi power 4 by 4 if and only if sin inverse x whole square is equal to cos inverse y whole square. No, not equal to, sorry. This should be pi by 2 whole square, and cos inverse y whole square should be pi square. This should attain its own maximum, and that should attain its own maximum. But here for x, two values will come, it should not.
Plus or minus 1.
But for y, only minus 1. Okay, when I take x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, x minus y will be 2. When I take x equal to minus 1 and y equal to minus 1, x minus y will be 0. So x minus y here matches with two things here, 2 or 0. Okay, coming to this, sin inverse x is between pi by 2 and minus pi by 2. Sin inverse y is also between pi by 2 and minus pi by 2. When you take sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, without the mod, when I take sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, anybody want to tell what is the maximum?
Pi.
Pi, sir.
Pi. When a difference will attain maximum when this is maximum and this is minimum. Okay, so pi by 2 minus pi. Increase this as much as possible, decrease this as much as possible, the gap will be maximum. What about the minimum value of this?
Minus pi.
Minus pi. When this is minimum, that is maximum. So that is minus pi by 2, the minimum of this, minus the maximum of this. So without the mod, it is between minus pi to sin inverse x minus sin inverse y is this. When I take mod sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, it is between pi and 0. If any number is between minus pi to pi, when you apply mod, it will be maximum pi, and minimum it is not. It's not that it will be between pi and pi only. It is between 0 and pi. Okay. So again, it is the maximum value. The maximum value of this mod is pi. So mod sin inverse x minus sin inverse y equal to pi will happen in two cases. When this is pi by 2, this is minus pi by 2, or this is minus pi by 2, both cases, that end and this end also. Okay. Implies sin inverse x equal to pi by 2 and sin inverse y equal to minus pi by 2, or sin inverse x equal to minus pi by 2 and sin inverse y is equal to pi by 2. Okay, which implies or double implies whatever it is, x equal to 1 and y equal to minus 1, or x equal to minus 1 and y equal to 1. And now they want x power y. X power y here will be 1 power minus 1, which is 1 by 1, which is 1. Here x power y is minus 1 whole power 1, which is minus 1. So x power y can be 1 or minus 1. Okay, so the total first matching, anybody has any doubt? Okay, third matching I think quite simple, we'll be able to do it easily. Okay, third matching, first two are very simple. Sine, they gave this, and this is a very simple thing we know based on the principal value, it is minus 30 degrees. We'll get. Similarly, this is cos negative, it happens only in second quadrant, which is 150 degrees. This is 30, cos 180 and minus 1. Here, as such, we don't have any formula. If you have two here, we may have some formula or something like that, but not off and all that. So cos inverse part, you take it as theta. The question becomes tan theta by 2. Now it is a trigonometric question that you know cos theta, how will you find tan theta by 2? Tan theta by 2 can be written as 1 minus cos theta by sin theta. Cos theta, you know root 5 by 3. And try to draw the construct the triangle. You will know sin theta, substitute it. You will get. So basically, it is a simple trigonometric question where cos theta given, find tan theta by 2. Okay, I can actually convert sin inverse into tan inverse and then tan 2 tan inverse. There is a formula, but it's how it came is very simple. Take sin inverse 4 by 5 theta, look on tan 2 theta. The question is sin theta is given, find tan 2 theta. From sin theta, I can find tan theta from the triangle. And if you know tan theta, tan 2 theta formula is known, you can substitute it.
Sir, don't erase.
Okay. So far, you could copy everything.
Yes, sir. Actually, I got disconnected. Now I came. So.
Okay. So this loading, please wait itself is your display picture.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If somebody looks at that, they think that video is not coming or something.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. Okay, next numerical questions. We'll do again odd numbers. Few questions we may discuss something more, but otherwise just some miscellaneous questions based on the theory that we discussed. Cos inverse cos 7 pi by 4. Okay, that's it. Very simple. Cos inverse so cos 7 pi by 4. We know it is not 7 pi by 4 because it's not within the principal values. It is very close to 2 pi, so I can write cos inverse cos 2 pi minus pi by 4. Cos 360 minus theta is cos theta, so it is cos pi by 4, so it is pi by 4 itself. When you equate that to k pi by 4, you'll get k equal to 1. That's all, nothing great. Okay, this third question also something similar we've done in mains. Maybe we can, somebody said we can rationalize the denominator. Somebody said we can make a perfect square like 1 as sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. I think these are the two things we discussed. But still, let us see that. Root over 1 minus sin x, I can write sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2 minus sin x, I can write 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. A square plus b square minus 2ab, I can write a minus b whole square. So I will write cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 whole square. You can write the reverse also, which is mod cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. And x is between 0 to 90, x by 2 is between 0 to 45, and we know this is greater than this. So I can remove the mod and write cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2, since cos x by 2 is greater than sin x by 2 for 0 less than x by 2 less than pi by 4. Okay. Put over 1 plus sin x in the same way, it will be sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 whole square, which is a mod sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2, which is sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 itself. Okay, don't just copy, look at the question and see what is that we have done.
Sir, here we can use component and dividend also. No?
Component of dividend is not that way. It is not that wherever a by b is there, you will simply write a plus b by a minus b. That is not component dividend. If a by b equal to c by d, then we can write a plus b by a minus d equal to c plus d by c minus d. Okay. Just because it looks like something plus something by something minus something, you cannot write that way, right? Last time you said you can rationalize this. You remember that? Rationalize the
sir.
denominator. Okay. Okay, so now the third one continues. So cot inverse of all that they gave will be cot inverse root 1 minus sin x first. So which is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 plus sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 minus sin x by 2 minus cos x by 2. Cancel these two here. Cancel these two. We got a cot inverse 2 cos x by 2 by minus 2 sin x by 2, which is cot inverse minus cot x by 2. Cot inverse minus theta, I have pi minus cot inverse theta. I can take minus outside, I can take minus inside. Either way is okay. Cot inverse cot pi minus x by 2. So cot 180 minus theta is minus cot theta. And pi minus x by 2 must be within the principal values. Is it correct? When x is between 0 to pi by 2, x by 2 is between 0 to pi by 4. No, it's not right. Now, cot principal values are 0 to pi, so it is less than pi, not a problem. Okay, so this is fine. You can write pi minus x by 2 since pi minus x by 2 is belongs to when I put pi by 2, it will become 3 pi by 4. When I put 0, it will be pi. It is still less than pi, so no problem. That is same as pi minus kx by 2, which implies k equal to 1. Oh, yeah, there is some part of it. All of you copied up to there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we'll do fifth question and we'll stop with this. I think these are some simple questions just they gave for numerical answer. Best. Tan inverse A is pi by 4 minus tan inverse 1 by 2. The morning video saw the graphical representation of this also. A is 1 by 3 there. Pi by 4 is tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 1 by 2. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is x minus y by 1 plus x squared. So 1 minus 1 by 2 by 1 plus 1 into 1 by 2, which is the tan inverse 1 by 3. A equal to 1 by 3 and 6a equal to. Okay. So I'm not just picking up which are difficult or easy or something to teach or something like that. Just we are doing odd numbers and we will do even numbers, and that will cover everything. Okay. Maybe shall we finish at 7, because ninth question today morning we discussed same question is there. Yeah, they asked number of solutions. We know it is 6 solutions morning we wrote. So if I finish 7, tomorrow we can start fresh single answer questions. Okay. 7 also it is there in IP, I guess, but still we'll do it. So this is a difference. See, look at 7th question. We will not be able to guess k value. If it is a single answer question, you can take answer and substitute in the question, but here you will not be able to do that. Okay, we'll discuss 7 and skip 9 and we'll stop that. Okay, 7, first tan inverse I'll take A, second tan inverse I'll take B. Even though I can send one of them to other side also, nothing wrong. Anyway, I'll get quadratic, I guess, so anything is okay. Then tan A plus B is equal to tan pi by 4. That is tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B is equal to 1. And tan A is x minus 1 by x minus 2. And tan B is x plus 1 by x minus 2. By 1 minus x minus 1 by x minus 2 into x plus 1 by x minus 2 is equal to 1. So when I do cross multiplication, I'll get x square minus 3x plus 2 plus x square minus x minus 2 by x square minus 4x plus 4 minus x square minus 1 equal to 1. Here it is 2x square minus 4x. Here x square will cancel. Minus 4x plus 5 is equal to 1. 2x square minus 4x equal to minus 4x plus 5. Minus 4x also got cancelled. 2x square equal to 5. X square equal to 5 by 2. X is equal to plus or minus root 5 by root 2. But minus may not be okay, because when I put minus, I have to check on that carefully. When I put plus.
Then they said x is equal to k, so in place of x we can substitute k.
Oh, anyway, k square they asked. But what I want to say is both are not the answers. I want to say that Yeah, what you said is right. Whether it's minus or plus, same answer will come, so why to bother? Okay. So you can as well say k square is 5 by 2 because x and k are same. 2k square is 5, done. But I think both are not the answers. I want to check that. Then the question can be given in such a way that if you take this one matters and if you take the other one matters, I can ask something of this. Okay, so anyway, root 5 by 2 is root 2.5 is something like 1.2 or something. If I substitute that, first tan inverse will be negative. Second tan inverse also will be negative. In fact, plus root 5 by 2 is not okay. Minus root 5 by 2, if I substitute, first one will be positive. Second one will be positive. Then there's a good chance. Okay. So it looks like minus of root 5 by root 2 is correct and plus of root 5 by root 2 is not correct. Because if I substitute plus of root 5 by root 2, LHS both are negative. Root 5 by root 2 minus root 5 by root 2, this is not okay, this is okay. Because this value is around 1.2 or something like that. Because root 2.5, root 2.5 is 11 square is, no, 12 square, no, not okay, sorry. Root 2.5 is roughly what? 15 is 225, no, 17, no, 16, here 2.56, between 1.5 and 1.6, isn't it?
Yes, sir, 1.6 something.
1.58. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, it's between 1.5 and 1.6. So if you substitute x as plus 1.5, you can easily see the first tan inverse is negative, second tan inverse is also negative. How can it be positive? If you substitute minus 1.5, first tan inverse numerator negative, denominator negative, but ratio is positive. Second tan inverse numerator is negative, denominator is negative, again it is positive. Both are positive and they may add up to 5 by 4. Okay, so they can give a question where whether k is this or this can matter in your answer. Okay, here they did not give that. I can even make a new question. All right. Okay. Thank you so much once again for coming in spite of too much of classes. If you finish this,